Good morning, everybody. How's it going? It is 9:39 a.m. Mountain Time on Monday, May 24th. I hope everybody's doing well after the weekend, kind of a rough weekend. I do want to ask that if you do get anything out of these videos, that you hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it greatly. I want to do as many videos as I can during the correction because I don't like to just leave and pack up while we're losing money. Well, hopefully people aren't losing money. Chances are that you are, but you want to minimize your losses as much as possible. If you're a long-term holder, you've definitely seen a correction in your account. Anyways, also wanted to remind you that none of this is considered financial advice. This is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. I am just a trader, not a financial advisor, but I do have my opinions, and I do want to share those with you. Anyways, to get into it, I want to talk Bitcoin. I want to talk a couple altcoins that I've been watching, a couple more that I've gotten into, and I want to talk about 5 microcap altcoins. So, gonna get into that. And before I get into that, I just want to remind everybody not to be discouraged. Everybody that I talk to that is a successful trader or investor is down. Some more than others, some less than others, but everybody is down. And like I said, what you're trying to do, if you're bullish long term, or if you're a long-term holder, or if you have long-term holdings, is you want to try and minimize your losses as much as possible. If I were to rate how I've done, I'd say like a 6 out of 10. Mistakes that I've done is I've gotten into some defensive selling where instead of just sitting out, I've sold bottoms, and then they've broken down and I've tried to get back in, and then I've sold bottoms because the way that I trade, it's like I've never held anything for a long-term capital gain. I think the longest that I've held anything is 6 months. But, I'm willing to hold through a bull market and then see a 25-30% decrease and then get out. But then, you always want that bounce to sell on. It doesn't happen. So that's one of my weaknesses. I'd say, a couple of my strengths are my critical thinking and my observational skills. And I'm going to show some observations that I've made. And yeah, so key point is don't get discouraged. Don't give up. Keep learning. If you're not learning, that's the only real loss you could have right now. There's a saying that I like: you live some, you learn some. And anytime I lose money, I try to look at it as like, well, let's say I lost $10,000. That was a $10,000 education. The only way I've lost is if I lost $10,000 and I don't get anything out of it. Now I've invested $10,000 into my education, right? So you got to learn something from it. Anyways, what are we going to do from here? I don't know. I'm going to share with you some encouraging things. As you know from the last video, I'm more optimistic here than I was up here at higher price levels. I'm at about a 60-40 optimism on my optimism meter. So some things that have kept me optimistic. Saturday into Sunday was a tough day. Saw just this fade, and the long slow fade is the hardest one to deal with. I'd rather see sharp price drops because then I'm out, drop sharp. I know when to get back in. I'm not second guessing myself. And yeah, anyways, encouraging things is we put in a higher low. Very nice. Today we put in a higher high from yesterday. I'd still like to see these lows get broken. So let's put in a line there. That's what I want to see. I'd really like to see that high from 4 days ago. That's what I'd like to see. So this being a, pink rally day, red rally day, whatever you want to call it. And we're finishing in the upper half of the candle. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to see a follow through day this 5th day. So we want to see higher than average volume, green day. Anyways, encouraging that the MACD is kind of rotating over again, and that lower low, we didn't break 30,000, and we saw some pretty good buying down here when it did. Saw the news article of 5.5 billion or something like that bought below $36,000. Yeah, so we're in a wedge again. I want to see us break out of this. I want to see us get up to this 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average, could it happen quickly? Yes. I'm guessing that we probably see the 47 to 49 range, and then I want to see a low put in above this 47,044.01 level. That's what I would want to see to be the 70 or 80% optimism level, and to consider it a reversal. Are we going to go to new all-time highs? I don't know. I'm not even there yet. I'm not even there yet. But Bitcoin is the main one I'm watching. I've said that before. It's not that I'm just trading Bitcoin. I'm being very picky with my altcoins that I'm trading. And right now the altcoins are just kind of following Bitcoin. You'll see a little bit higher percentage gains in the altcoins. You'll also see a little bit higher percentage losses in the altcoins. So I'm following Bitcoin, and I'm taking profits at my resistance levels more frequently. Just small, not like I'm selling it all, but if I'm in a trade and I've won, I'm willing to take some off the table. And then if it goes, then it goes, and I'm still in it. And if it, back tests, I'll buy the back test. Anyways, moving on from Bitcoin. Well, not moving on from Bitcoin. There's a couple more things I want to talk about. Downside is that break of 30,000. That's the key level now. And if it does, I will probably buy 29,000 just to see if it's a last shakeout. If we bounce above there quick, I'll have a tight stop loss in on that. But we could, if we close, that's the key thing, closing below 30,000. That's where I would probably consider, okay, I'm gonna step out for a second, just kind of watch it, see how far it's coming down to, and then look for something and be really patient. Could have been more patient in this correction right now. I think another saying that I like is I'm successful in the stock market, this being crypto, because I am never buying the bottom and I always sell too early. So it's a good saying, just meaning not trying to catch the exact bottom, but waiting for signs for the reversal and then getting in, so you're not losing money on the way down and then selling too early, because you're never going to be able to hit the top perfectly. You're just not. So anyways, you could argue this head and shoulders here, head, shoulder, shoulder. That got put in. Great. We came down from it. Hopefully that's it. You could also argue a longer term where we have this very large head right here being these four tops, and this being the shoulder that we could potentially be putting in another shoulder here that would put it around. You could put in a higher shoulder too. I'm not putting that out of the question that happens. You could see some pretty large dead cat bounces in bear markets. So not putting that out of the question either. Anyways, moving on to the next chart. I like to use stockcharts.com sometimes too. Just when I'm looking at moving averages, and moving averages are a lot of what I'm scanning for right now. So I have the 50-day, the 200, which we just talked about. I also have the 7-day moving average. And you might be asking, well, why do you have the 7-day moving average? The reason I have the 7-day moving average is because it is one of the default moving averages on Binance charts. So I use Binance charts on my phone because I do have two companies that I need to move around, not a lot for, but here and there. And if I'm on my phone, or if I'm out mountain biking or skiing, and because crypto is 24/7, I can't take my computer with me everywhere, though I would like to be on my computer the most. I tend to see things a lot clearer and a lot better. Anyways, also look at this 9-day moving average and look at the fact that we have not been able to come above it, and it is a short-term moving average. So that's showing a lot of weakness. It'd be different if this was like the 50-day moving average, because it's a longer period of time, makes it a stronger resistance, and on the other side a stronger support when we're above it. Anyways, we got cracked above it, and we're still not above it yet. So I think we'll come above it here. I don't want to just base my trading off of what I think is going to happen. What I'd like to see is us to come up and retest this 200-day moving average, move sideways for a little bit, and let this 7-day moving average curl up a little bit, and then retest the 50. I think that's what's going to happen. After that, I don't know. I'll probably take a significant amount of profits there should that happen. Again, on the downside, watching the 30,000 level and watching the breakdown out of the wedge that we're in. Anyways, that's what we're looking at with Bitcoin. And moving into the dominance chart, you could see like we moved down and Bitcoin dominance moved up. So again, not a good not a good indicator or chart for if you're looking to try and see what the Bitcoin price is going to do. Again, like just to reiterate, I like to use it to determine the strength of altcoins, as well as the total altcoin market cap, which we did not break the 200-day moving average on. We did put in a lower low when we put in a higher high on Bitcoin, a higher low on Bitcoin though. Higher high, higher low today. Looking forward to retest that $1 trillion market cap after coming down 58 or 59% from the highs. Bitcoin futures chart held the 200 so far. That's really nice to see. The gaps are what I'm watching. Should we close below the 30,000 mark on Bitcoin? So watching a lot of things. The other things I'm watching is the this is Glassnode, so the balance on exchanges. Typically people move off their Bitcoin off exchanges if they plan on holding it. They move it on exchanges if they plan on selling it. We have seen this little spike in Bitcoin being moved on exchanges. The highest increase was the other day when we took that drop to 30,000, I believe, or maybe it was when we took the drop Saturday into Sunday to that higher low. Anyways, something to watch for. Another couple things that I like to watch for are these indicators. The stock to flow, which is the price of Bitcoin related to the days till the next halving, and it's very consistent. You can see we start to transition into this lighter pea green color, and then we drop in price. We start to get into this pea green color, we drop in price. We're not quite in that pea green color. We're more in this. I see it more as a drop here, like this drop right here. So like I said, I mean, call me crazy, we haven't had that climax top in Bitcoin, and I think, don't quote me on this, I think we are yet to see a one-day 25% gain in Bitcoin, which we saw multiple times in multiple bull runs in Bitcoin. So there are some things, and the load of buying that's happened that keep me optimistic. I'm not drunk on the Kool-Aid just yet. I am still thinking that it's possible. When I first started doing these videos in February, I said there's no way we're not hitting $100,000 Bitcoin, and I still think that. I think it's all, I mean, I like the tech. I think it is progressive. I think it's revolutionary, and it'll evolve as it has since 2017 already. Just that time frame. I'm not saying it hasn't evolved since 2010 or whatever, but I think that a lot of it is, it is like the .com. A lot of it isn't relevant 10 years from now, and a lot of them aren't going to make it. But I do think, for me, it all comes down to supply and demand. What is the supply? How much of that supply is locked up? And that's all these billion-dollar institutions, hedge funds, banks have to do is lock up the supply, and they could send it to 300,000 if they want to. The question is when. And then I do like to watch the net unrealized profit and loss. We get into this euphoria level and we always sell off. We didn't get here. My thoughts on that in previous videos has been that people were trying to front run it and be out before the dump, so they didn't even want to wait for it to get into euphoria. Possibility. Possibility that's it. Net realized on profit and loss is down. We, have a lot of room to the upside in that euphoria and greed area. Will it come down further? I don't know. It's all based on the price of Bitcoin and people's buying and selling. That's all there is to it. We'll note that the lows have come higher and higher every time. So something to watch for. Now, let's get into the altcoins. Two specifically that I've been trading. Number one, MATIC. What a move. Actually up 100% if you caught the bottom. 100% in a day if you caught the bottom. I did not catch the bottom. I got in at 86 cents. What did I like about MATIC? Well, everything was coming down. And if anything, this shows strength to me. And might sound crazy, but let me tell you why. Okay, the higher above the 50-day moving average you get, the more likelihood it's going to come down. It just gets overextended, and it's not any specific numbers or percentages above it that you can really measure, or that at least that I know of. But this is why I like to watch 50 and 200 day moving averages. In a bull run, you're still in an uptrend if you're above the 50-day moving average. And this, just don't overthink it. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. Is if you're above the 50-day moving average, you're still in an uptrend. That's all there is to it. Plain and simple. And I like simple. I like easy. And trading is not easy. We can make it easier on ourselves, but it's not easy. Anyways, I like that everything came down, and MATIC, it cracked it, but very briefly. I said, you know what? It's testing this 50-day. Let's not overthink it. Let's not be emotional. Let's take a shot. Took a shot at 86. I did have to watch it come down, but mainly like to let the candles finish. So I was patient enough to let it finish, and now we're at 157. So looking at MATIC, this is I've traded it a few times. I got it at like 29 to 55 cents, and then another time somewhere under 85 that I was just so mad that I didn't hold it, but it happens. It is what it is. Anyways, held the 50, and what I'm watching for is, if it's over, if the run is over, I'm watching for a close below the 50-day moving average, mainly 2% below the 50-day moving average, and incredible bounce 159. I did take some profit in the high 130s. That's just the state of trading that I'm in right now, is take a little profit on the way up, take a little profit on the way up, take a little profit on the way up. Probably hold what I have now. Pretty solid move. If you caught the bottom, which is highly doubtful, 74, you're up over 100% in a day. Great move. Still bullish. It's above the 50-day. That's all I'm watching. I'll start to watch some levels if we get higher, but just kind of holding this right now. Though on ICP, it's looking like accumulation after this big volume day and big run. I think we doubled here in a day. So the low of 103.63, high of 224. Yeah, we doubled in maybe a little over a day. But anyways, looks like accumulation. I'm watching the 4-hour chart just because this goofy candle kind of distorts the chart when I zoom out. Anyways, on the 4-hour, you could see this 50 period EMA is going to be what we got to break through. The one thing I don't like about Internet Computer is that it's already in the top 10 so soon after launching. How much room does it have to grow, right? So who knows? I do like it just because it's shown strong price action off these lows. So anyways, do like to watch the US dollar. Dollar's coming back down. We're watching for short-term breakouts that could affect the price of Bitcoin. Anyways, can't remember if I mentioned this. The reason we want to manage our risks, put in stop losses, and have exit plans on the way down. Pokemon, I don't know, is it a scam and they just created a name that sounds like Pokemon to gain attention and sell it off? I don't know. But 91.5% drop from its highs, 57.39 down to like 471 maybe, 463. So almost a 92% drop. It could happen. So what I want to talk about, moving on from MATIC, I just want to say we did awesome in this one. Out of the top 100, so the top 100 market cap cryptocurrencies, it's the number one 24-hour gainer. So if you got in on that, nice work, good job. Great gainer, especially when we've been seeing losses happen and trades not work out. So we're at 161 now. It says 156, so I see 161. So phenomenal trade. So those have been the ones that have kind of saved me. Trades like MATIC, trades like Cardano a week or two ago, saw like 100% gain. That was really nice. I'm also watching I actually entered trades on XRP and VET. Just if you want to see, before we move on, what I'm watching in that, let's really quickly, I'm not going to get really deep into this, but these bounces off the 200, and I got in at 0.0922. So I want to see it move up to the 50-day moving average, and that's it. Simple as that. I saw two bounces hold and bounce pretty hard off the 200. I looked at it. I like that. Bada bing, bada boom. Also, XRP. I liked XLM, but I didn't see, if I'm trading the moving averages, I just didn't see as much room as XRP, and those two kind of moved together. And I'm glad I didn't, because after the initial spike, I would be down on it if I bought at 44 cents, whereas I got in at, I think, a hair below 80 cents, but I had a order in for 80 cents when it was at like 0.797 or something like that. So let's just call it 80 cents. I could see it. Again, what I want to see is it move to the 50-day moving average, have a nice bounce, whether it's a dead cat bounce, I don't know. That's where I'll sell it. I will. I'll probably scale out of it right there. So yeah, those are the other two. I'm sure there's others. I think like Luna had really nice gains today. You're going to see a lot of them, but we got the highest 24-hour gainer. That doesn't happen a lot. So 5 microcaps. Okay, the reason I'm getting into microcaps, and this is one that I don't like to put a whole lot of money into, but they have the highest potential returns as far as percentage gain. These are the ones you could see, the 1,000% gains. These are the ones you could see, the 2,000% gains. They're also the ones you could see, the 90+% losses. So be careful. I'm going to go over 5 of them that I like, and none of them are based off really the charts. They're hard to chart these because the only places to trade them are like Uniswap, which doesn't have charts, Gate.io that I'm not on. I guess I didn't know PokeStarter was on Binance. That's pretty cool. I like it even more now. But I'm just going to look broadly into the charts, right? So PokeStarter did have a high over $7. I know these charts get a little goofy. I promise you it was over $7 because I made there we go, $7.51. Did not realize that was here on the side. So $7.51, and it was at 61 cents. No, $1.61 when I bought it recently. So up on that. I probably picked the wrong one out of the 5 to start into, because I'm going to slowly get into these. And yeah, I mean, you've seen gains in extreme microcaps like Shiba Inu went up like 25,000%. I actually was able to catch that, and I see some celebrities like Meek Mill saying he's getting a Shiba Inu. Problem with Shiba Inu and Safe Moon and Ass Coin, which is Australian Shepherd or something like that, is that people want these low priced ones, but they're looking into the wrong thing. They're not looking into market cap. Like Shiba Inu, that's a crap coin, considered a crap coin. Like, yeah, it's not even 1,000th of a penny, right? Great, but it's number 27 market cap. That's ridiculous. What does it do? I don't know. Maybe it can move up, but I don't see it making that 20,000 or even 1,000% gain unless Bitcoin does something. So I want the value. And PokeStarter, heard me talk about this before. It's a launch pad on the Polkadot network, and it launches new projects, and it's probably the most successful one. It launches more products and more projects and more successful projects than any other launch pad, and they're usually extremely low market cap projects, right? So like that, and I like that it's previous at $7. Am I looking for $7 necessarily? Not necessarily. But the other thing that I'm looking at is we had huge altcoin runs, and these ones took the run first, and then they sold off with Bitcoin. While we were seeing, our altcoins take this run up, these microcaps really didn't. Some of them did, but not like the major altcoins. So I like those, and I think these are the highest opportunity, the highest risk, the highest reward also. This one, Katana, again, another one that was up significantly, over $30. all-time high, 34.36. I was looking at it at $6, and I just wanted to poke a starter first because I want to try and get in on some pre-sales. Anyways, Exceed Me, another one. It was all-time high of almost $2, and it's at 30 cents. So good risk reward here. Again, not putting a ton into it. And Eternity Chain, another one. This is one that was a pre-sale, and I want to say it was like 5 cents. Could have been 50. Doesn't matter. Opened. It went up significantly at the open. It was like $3, so $2.93. That's where it opened at. So that was already like 50 times above the pre-sale price. Maybe it was like 20 cents. Regardless, it was significantly up from the pre-sale price when it opened, and then went to a high of 73.86. And now it's at $6. And I think it was at like $4 or maybe $5 the other day. So these are already up a lot. So don't like that. The other one had a really good trade on it. Had a few small losing trades on it, a few small gaining trades on it. But yeah, this is one. It was up significantly from the pre-sale. Can't remember exactly what, but was buying the 116 to 132 range and went to $4. Sold a little under $4 and then sold a little under $3. Then tried to make some trades on it. A couple small winners, a couple small losers. Anyways, another one, high of 480, 474 it says on here. It was 480 something, I want to say 484 on Binance. But another one, you know, almost, it would be about 8 times, 7 times from where it's at now should it reach the all-time high again. Will that happen? I don't know. I'm just trying to find value right now. So anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Price of Bitcoin, how I'm being picky with the altcoins, MATIC, what I'm watching for, Internet Computer, what I'm watching for, a couple other that I've got into, what my plans are on those, and then these 5 microcaps that I am buying into. I've only bought into a little bit right now. MATIC sitting at 160 and just kind of holding that previous high at 260. And if Bitcoin goes back up to the $60,000 range, I don't doubt that you know, others will move up, you know, so it's not like it's going to overtake Bitcoin if it goes to $10 at that point. So not saying that's what's going to happen, but you know, it's one of the strongest ones in the altcoin space. Anyways, hope everybody has a good day. I want to keep up with these videos just because it's like an extreme emotional time. Just want to again reiterate that everybody, I don't know anybody that's up in these last month or so, over the last month or so. It's just about minimizing those losses. If you haven't done a good job with it, don't get down on yourself. Keep at it. Don't quit. Just dial it back a little bit. You know, if it's mainly the margin traders that have gotten wrecked. Like I said, I haven't been trading margin for like 2 or 3 weeks just because I don't trade it in a downtrend. You could just exponentially increase your losses, just like during the uptrend is when you can exponentially increase your gains. And just don't overdo it. If you if you haven't developed a trading strategy, you know, without margin, then just don't even get into margin. But you could see if you follow some of these sites, these billions of dollars of margin trader liquidations have been. I think that's the big part of the shakeout and this correction. Anyways, don't want to ramble on too long. Going on 28 minutes here, so that's about the average length of my videos. It's just too much to talk about in the cryptocurrency space. And yeah, good luck to everybody, and keep watching those levels, and have a plan. Have a plan to the upside, have a plan to the downside. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So that's three sayings today that I shared with you. 3 sayings that I like, though. Knowledge is power. So anyways, again, last thing to say before I go is if you did like today's video, please hit the like, please hit the subscribe. I would appreciate it greatly. Have a great day. Have a great week. We'll see you shortly. Bye.